So Tyla just went on a global stage and told Auntie Tiwa, mind your business, oh?
Sorry, I'm not sorry, eh? Hey,
Going to the Americans saying, I'm sorry. Tyla said, is it? I'm sorry for what? Sorry for who? For being a proud South African woman. You like dunga, you like things. One thing about Tyla, she is unapologetically herself, a proudly South African colored woman. And she will take that South African heritage wherever she goes. Someone in the comments said this is the para pose. And you can't tell me this isn't exactly the way they stand right before they're about to rob you. You know when you see someone standing like this and they start coming towards you, you start to sweat. Grab your water because they're about to chase you until you lose your breath. She said, Joburg CBD to the world. I don't know when people are going to realize they are not going to stop this woman. She previewed a new song, Chanel. It's another hit. Honestly, the haters just need to give up at this point because, yeah, in my opinion, she's already made it. She's a global superstar. She's not going to go anywhere. So just join the party, man.
Tyla just doubled down on America by saying sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, I'm not sorry, eh? Hey,
And why would Tiwa Savage act as a person who can speak on behalf of Tyla and apologize for her, bro? Like, Tyla is unapologetically a colored South African superstar, bruh, and she wasn't gonna do that. And even with the performance, bruh, you can tell that Ioraga Tyla is on a whole nother level, a level that you can't even deny as an American supporter. And people who want her to apologize for her saying she's colored, she won't say that. She won't apologize for being herself, my brother, you know. So Americans, Alani Pauline, Tiwa Savage wins on when you're not even South African, Tiwa Savage, bruh. You aren't even South African, yet alone a colored South African. What do you understand to be apologizing for, Tyla?
I get why that would be such a huge thing here because of, I mean, the history behind that name, you know. I don't know. I think I felt for her a little bit because I feel like she's young and I don't think she means to come across like that. Mm-hmm. But where I'm from, when something like this happens, like they say the elder will come and say, on behalf of such and such, we apologize. You know, that's what I feel like. If that wasn't communicated, I would like to say, you know, like on behalf of that her or whatever, like we apologize, like you know, we didn't mean it, forgive us. You know, because I don't think it came from a bad place. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it came from a bad place.
In this life, before you do something for someone or do something on behalf of someone, you have to really ask yourself the fundamental question of who asked me, who sent me, who give me work. Because that is how you go and do, and before you know, you end up in embarrassment that could be taken as unnecessary. Because why are you there? Why are you in that conversation? I need African artists, I was going to say Nigerian, but I need African artists as a whole to stop going on that breakfast club podcast. Yeah, that particular one that fueled the hate that Tyla has been getting from the Black American community by asking her that question about being colored, about being black. Very unnecessary question. Very unnecessary question. But one thing I have realized, even from recent interviews when it comes to that particular podcast, is that when they interview a lot of African artists, not Black American, African artists, the way their questions are lined up and the way the conversation goes is mostly for them trying to fish for some compliments towards the Black American community. It's mostly them trying to get the African artists that they're interviewing to admit to a particular extent that their success or the numbers that they're making is as a result of them advertising or selling to the Black American community. And I've noticed, because I have watched a couple of their interviews, I have noticed that they do this to only African artists. And I don't even want to try and unpack the psychology behind that, to be very honest. It's not my business. My own is, I need African artists to stop going on that podcast. And if they are going to go, maybe some media training is very much involved. To be very honest, I think the younger artists of this generation are more media trained than the older one. I don't trust a lot of older people, especially a lot of older creatives, especially a lot of older artists. Too many older people, older artists engage in a lot of respectability politics. This need to be liked by the public. This need to be accepted. And of course, this is not me trying to say that younger artists are actually going out to be unlikable. But they are not going to put in their hard work and then come on platforms trying to make them coward, trying to make them doormats, trying to walk all over them just because you enjoy their art or their work. No. With that being said, don't apologize on behalf of anyone. That is why I trust my babe, Ira Star. You will not see Ira going on an interview and you are asking her questions about another art, and she will answer that question knowing fully well that it is not a positive question. If you pass, whose music do you like? Who do you want to work with? My girl does not know. Her hand is constantly like this. I really want a lot of you out there to know that it is really okay for you as a musical artist to go on an interview and be asked the question and say, I don't want to answer that, or say, I don't have the answer to that. Because if you were on an interview and you were asked why Tyla said what she said, and you did not understand how to answer that question, the simple thing you could have opened your mouth to say is, I think you should ask her when you see her, or when next you have her on an interview here, you can ask her. Or, I really don't know about that situation and I would rather not answer. These are answers that you can give, not forgive her, you know she's young.
Tiwa Savage has been cooked. He's being cooked, continued to be cooked for days by South Africans on behalf of Tyla. Tyla made a post on the breakfast show, made a comment on the breakfast show where she said she identified as being colored and all of that. And in South Africa, it's tagged as racism and all of that. In America, like, it's quite giving racism, like the other side of, they are not having it. In South Africa, it's about you. They have, based on the fact that they have different this thing now. That's how people started dragging Tyla. Over time, even when she dropped her album, the sales in US and all of that dropped based on her comment. And Tiwa Savage came to the podcast at the breakfast show. You could even remember she commented where she talked about what happened between her and Davido. Exactly, if you remember that post I made. There, she made comment on Tyla that when in Africa, when people, you know, based on Yoruba girl now, she used that kind of thing to go and settle the matter, that they apologize and all of that. That she's sorry, that she actually did not mean it in that way, the way people took it. That was what Tiwa Savage thought though. Before you know, people started dragging her. South Africans come in, that how dirty Tiwa Savage, she should shut up her mouth. They did not send her. Even the almighty Tyla too. Tyla came in, and Tyla on stage where she was performing, and she was like, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. People, they now turned it against Tiwa Savage, like, who asked you to go and be apologizing on behalf of somebody that said you are apologizing for her on her behalf for what she is? That why will you be apologizing for her that she should shut up her mouth? That is how Tiwa Savage has been trending. That's why they have been dragging Tiwa Savage. Since, like, guys, what do you think? Others think it's not necessary that South Africa should shut up. Tiwa Savage has the right to talk. It is our opinion that they should shut up. Why other people think Tiwa Savage is too forward, she should have just shut up her mouth. She should not allow podcasts to corner her or presenters to corner her into saying things she's not supposed to say. So, guys, what do you think? Do you think South Africans are taking this too far? Do you think Tiwa Savage talked too much? Do you think she was just supposed to shut the fuck up and not say anything? Guys, what do you think?
What did Tyla say at the Breakfast Club interview in 2024 that made Black Americans so mad? I have something to say, but before that, I'm going to play a video of Tyla at the Breakfast Club interview in 2024.
In South Africa, my race is called colored, and it's a very stressful term to use in America because I know it's a derogatory term, right? But I mean, that's what we are called in South Africa.
According to some Black Americans, Tyla crime at that interview is accepting the fact that she's a colored woman. Some Black Americans claims that Tyla denied being a Black woman, but there's no any way, shape or form in that interview that Tyla denied being a Black woman. But I digress. I'm going to read a statement from Tyla. After that interview, she came out to clarify the whole issue. Now, according to her statement, never denied my blackness. I don't care where that came from. I am mixed with Black, Zulu, Irish, Mauritanian, Indian, and colored. In South Africa, I would be classified as a colored woman, and other places I would be classified as a Black woman. Race is classified differently in different parts of the world. I don't expect to be identified as colored outside of South Africa by anyone not comfortable doing so, because I understand the weight of that word outside of South Africa. But to close this conversation, I am both colored, South African, and a Black woman. So where is the crime? And guess what? Some black Americans have taken it to the Senate to punish Tyla because of this interview, making it seem as if Tyla disrespected them. Now look at these two pictures. One is Tyla. The 4 young girls are colored South Africans. Do you expect them to grow up and deny their identity, deny their history? The answer is no. It's like asking a Yoruba person to deny being a Yoruba person. And this is why the apology that was issued by Tiwa Savage was unnecessary. It was uncalled for. Like, nobody expects Tiwa Savage to apologize on behalf of Tyla. There's no need. Tyla have no reason to apologize to anybody. I mean, I'm an unapologetic Igbo. Do you expect me to come out and apologize to you for being an Igbo person, regardless of how you feel about me? It won't happen. So why should Tyla apologize, or why should anyone apologize on behalf of Tyla? And some of you are saying that she is young. Young for what? Regardless of how young you are, you must acknowledge your identity, acknowledge your race, acknowledge where you are coming from. What the fuck? You people are making it seem like she committed one offense like that. Allow Tyla to breathe. Allow the girl to be. You guys constantly attack this girl. And this is how you guys did your best to make sure that her album flopped in order to justify your actions against her. Let Tyla be. It's too much. And Tiwa Savage, find something else to do. Stop seeking for validation. This is the problem with some of you Nigerians. You seek validation from the Western people all the time. Did Tyla send you to go to America and apologize on her behalf? Do better. Tiwa Savage, this matter was dead and gone, but you brought it back to life because of your unnecessary apology on behalf of Tyla, and now the story is trending again. I mean, allow Tyla to be. There are colored people in South Africa, and getting mad at Tyla or hating on Tyla will not stop colored people in South Africa from existing or living.
They're cooking Tiwa Savage.
What? I have seen.
So, Tiwa Savage went on the Breakfast Club.
Yes.
And, apologized on behalf of Tyla. Now, the reason why she apologized was because Tyla has been catching heat over her colored statements. She says that she is a colored human being, right, from South Africa. And when black Americans had it, they were like, oh, but that word has a history of, slavery. And
exactly.
But, she tried to. She was like, I wasn't even trying anything. That's just how I identify where I'm from. To a point where even her sales in the States for her album were low, and people were saying that this is because of her statements, the fact that she doubled down. Now Tiwa Savage akaenda kusema, I apologize on behalf of Tyla.
She explained. Let's listen to this apology.
Yes.
Where I'm from, when something like this happens, like they say the elder will come and say, on behalf of such and such, we apologize. That's what I feel like. If that wasn't communicated, I would like to say, like on behalf of that her or whatever, like we apologize. Like
apologize for what?
Apologize
for what? Because you see, South Africans, they identify with that colored. They still use
and the
colored.
reason actually the colored in South Africa means because Tyla she has different heritage.
Yes.
So she can't just identify with one if she wants to identify. That's part of her heritage.
We are very different even in this African culture, and I think sometimes Americans just think the way their culture is it. But like African have their own culture, and how they say things is different from how you say things.
I've always found that Americans like to impose their beliefs. They want to impose their way of thinking and their way of life onto everybody else. And it doesn't have to be like that.
Absolutely.
We can all coexist. We can all have conversations and find middle ground. When Tyla came through and she was like, I'm colored, you Americans should have come through and be like, okay, where are you coming from? They didn't even want to understand that. They were just like, oh, this is how we believe it. That's,
That's aside. Tiwa Savage, she has been cooked probably on the comment sections. I've been seeing online. Tiwa Savage is catching hit.
Tiwa Savage ameambiwa akae kwa kutulia. They're telling Tiwa Savage, first of all, you don't understand much of our culture.
Yeah.
You speak about your album,
and,
you know?
And the moment now you apologize, it seems like you did something wrong. It's like
Right.
Tyla did something wrong.
Right.
Well, she didn't. She just said where I'm from. I'm colored, right?
And Tyla didn't even send you to apologize, Tiwa Savage.
Kwa your story, nobody chases Tyla.
Yeah, look.
Tyla is it. Is a beautiful
She is
song.
representing Africa so well. She is talented, you know?
I love it.
Yeah.
So Tiwa Savage felt compelled to apologize on behalf of Tyla. Let's talk about it. Hi guys, I'm Lion, the voice of marketing and your friend in all things marketing, brand building, and sometimes pop culture. Now, I've been seeing videos online of Tiwa Savage on The Breakfast Club apologizing on Tyla's behalf for calling herself a colored. Now, she tries to make it seem like a noble thing that she's doing by saying, oh, you know, I understand the racial history of America, and I think that Tyla's just a kid, so we must feel sorry for her. We must understand, you know, where she's coming from, being that careless and how she's communicating. And I just thought to myself, Jesus, what are you talking about, Tiwa Savage? Because you really don't want to get involved in this conversation. Look, I love Tiwa Savage. I love her music. I love her drive. I think she's really inspirational. But this is not a conversation she was supposed to be part of. If we needed her help as South Africans, we would have asked her. But you cannot go around erasing an entire group just because you don't like how they describe themselves. In South Africa, the term colored is not an offensive colored. It is used to describe a group of people, and to tell them that they can't call themselves that is to erase their identity and their history. So we're happy that she understands American history, but I think she should have also Googled or researched South African history to know why we do what we do the way that we do, and why Tyla can say that she's colored if she wants to. In a country like America, where people get to choose their gender and their race and all these other things, how are they so mad at somebody for choosing their culture? That time, it's legal for her to call herself a colored in her own country. So how do you take the meaning of that identity and try to make it an American identity because that's the only way you can understand it? It's so weird that Tiwa Savage decided to apologize. I get what she thought she was trying to do, but never apologize on somebody else's behalf. Tyla never said she was guilty of anything. So when you apologize, then you're kind of implicating her in something she's never agreed to be a part of. And you're also implicating South Africans. We never said we wanted to be a part of that. We're never going to apologize for calling a certain group colored, because that's our history. That's what we've agreed to. It is not offensive. It is how we name that group. And that is their identity. And there's a reason why that is the case. It's not offensive. The K word is offensive. Learn about that. There are many other offensive terms, but colored is not one of them. So that's a big no for me with Tiwa.
The whole Tyla and Tiwa Savage situation is very unfortunate, because I am sure Tiwa Savage did not intentionally go all the way to the Breakfast Club studios to talk about another artist. The Breakfast Club certainly had to be held accountable here, because they knew what they were doing. People are talking about, oh, Tyla does not respect her elders. She didn't respect Tiwa in her response. The real people that didn't respect Tiwa was the Breakfast Club, because she has come on your platform to talk about her new album, This One Is Personal. Tyla is not a featuring artist on the album. She has no credits on that album. Why is she being mentioned? And as someone that has had my own platform, let me tell you something. These people know what is going to bring the clicks. You think they didn't prepare for this? Now, where Tiwa lost me was in the response. She is too many years in the game for us to now be talking about media training. There are many ways in which you can politely decline to talk about something. I'm here to talk about my album, This Is Personal. This has nothing to do with me. I feel like Tyla's addressed this already. I don't know what I can add to this conversation. I don't have the range or knowledge to really speak on this topic. That clip was a hard watch, because referring to Tyla as young, I really hate this, by the way. You would think that we were here talking about Tyla being a bitch, somebody. She made 2 statements that you apologize on her behalf. Who sent you? Tiwa has had enough controversy to know that, listen, this is how the game works. And I think even from that perspective, there could have been stuff like, no, what? I just feel like people are being so harsh on her. She could have even said, I've had my own controversial moments in the industry. I see how the media can turn things upside down. They can take what you said and spin it. Because the question now is, what are you apologizing for? Are you apologizing to make them happy, or because you actually think you've done something wrong? Because in my humblest of opinion, in all of this chaos, do you know this has been going on for 2+ years? This whole conversation about her identity, something that she has made categorically clear, has gone on for over 2 years. Are we not tired? Are we not bored? Move on. As you guys have been having the same conversations, the girl has been winning. Quite literally. She has already made it clear where she is from in South Africa. Let's make it clear, South Africa is a country in Africa. I don't know if people believe that Africa is a country, that everyone's the same, because that is actually false. Even in Nigeria, where Tiwa is from, there are countless ethnic groups. There are countless languages spoken. Do you think all of us speak the same language? Even me that is Ghanaian, there are many languages, so many cultural differences. There are so many cultural differences even in Nigeria itself. But you think she would understand what she has gone in her country? That's my point. The girl has said in her country she is classified as colored. She has also said she understands the weightiness of that same word in the US. She has acknowledged, we are calling her young, but she has better understanding and she's understanding the nuance more than you that are older than her, most likely. I'm tired. There's this conversation. Even me after this video, that is it. Because this is boring. It is boring. It is lame. The Breakfast Club, lame. Tiwa, not happy whatever she did, but I love her. And I think one more point. There are people that are very intimidated by Tyla's presence in the industry. Me, I'm learning from the situation and I'm not applying to Tiwa. And it's so reminiscent of a rap fan base where there's a new person in town. Let's make it clear, Tyla has never said she wants to be seen as an Afrobeats artist. Tyla has made it clear numerous times. She's inspired by multiple genres. Pop, R&B, Amapiano, Afrobeats. She is not claiming no title of Queen of Afrobeats or the heir of Afrobeats. One thing that people are upset with is the fact that Tyla is winning Afrobeat categories. Baby, that is an industry issue. We have conversations about The Weeknd and Doja Cat winning R&B categories while they're making pop or rap. That is on the industry. Those issues were there before Tyla even stepped into the game. Afrobeats is still growing in the US. It is the job of Afrobeat artists to step up to the plate, be consistent, give us those bangers.
I am tired of the Tyla discussion. I am tired of the Tyla conversation. And Tiwa Savage going on The Breakfast Club, this radio show that is obsessed with talking about Tyla and the race conversation and making it seem as if she understands even a little bit of what being a colored South African is really crazy. And then also as if Tyla sent you. Tyla did not send you to apologize. So why are you saying, us as the elders? This is what people get frustrated about. People who pander to Black Americans. Sorry. Because it's not the rest of Africa's problem to fix the fact that Black Americans and Americans at large do not understand Tyla's cultural context. It's her cultural context. It's nobody else's problem to over-explain and get it into their heads. They don't want to understand it, so we leave it. It doesn't change who she is. We let it go. They must be the ones to fix whatever's going on in their minds about what they think or don't think she is. Who she is will not change. So to go there and apologize as if, she's gonna take it back now and say she's Black? She's not Black. So then what?
21-year-old South African artist Tyla has made it very clear that she doesn't identify as Black and she prefers to identify as colored because of her mixed race. And this is causing a discourse. And you can only guess who's arguing with her the most, who's upset the most, and the most angry about her saying she's a colored person. Mind you, she's from South Africa. Being a colored person is basically saying you are mixed biracial of white and Black descent or Asian descent, I think. And y'all will fight that. Y'all will be angry, but it's the truth. Black American people want to consider everybody Black with a drop of Black in them. Everybody not Black. And y'all get mad at me. And my point is constantly being proven that being biracial and being Black is two different things. And when I tell y'all biracial people can't represent Black people, y'all get upset. That's not true. You can't tell somebody how Black they are. Because these biracial mixed race women or multiracial women are coming out and saying, I don't feel Black. I don't walk around as Black. I don't identify with Black culture, maybe. Whatever they tell you. and y'all will still try to force them to be black. Do you know how dumb you sound to try to force somebody to be black if they're not black? Y'all need to unpack that. Unpack it. I love the fact that she told y'all what she is and she's standing on it. I love that for her, okay? Because at this point, we can identify her exactly as she is. She don't have to take up black women's spaces. She don't have to be the first black woman who did this. The first black, because she's not black. Shout out to Tyla. Your music good, girl.
Apologizing for Tyla, because Tyla will be like, I'm unapologetically colored.
She's speaking to Americans.
Because she says she's colored.
She's speaking to Americans. Americans just need to get over it, man. Like, because why are they getting offended about something that is, it's a South African thing? Why are you getting offended that somebody identifies as colored?
That's America. You see, they win the baseball league there. It's called the World Championship Series. They fucking wrestling, the world wrestling. And the guys only wrestled niggas from Utah, Colorado, fucking New Mexico. You know, and he's like the world wrestling champion of the world. That's fucking America. They think nothing exists outside of America.
I beg, who sent you, Auntie? Oh, we're talking about the Tiwa Savage interview recently that is literally making South Africans so angry. She was asked to comment on what her opinion was on the colored conversation around Tyla, and this is what Miss Tiwa said.
Where I'm from, when something like this happens, like they say the elder will come and say, on behalf of such and such, we apologize. You know, if that wasn't communicated, I would like to say, you know, like on behalf of that her or whatever, like, we apologize, like, you know, we didn't mean it, forgive us. You know,
this is so insulting.
All I'm thinking is, Auntie, I beg, who sent you, Auntie? Oh, as a Nigerian and a South African girly right now, I'm like, this is so painful to watch, so painful to listen to, because I think this is what they expected from Tyla, right? For her to come into the American industry and their market and assimilate and be absolutely apologetic and do everything that they want her to do. And she wasn't that. And now Tiwa has come through and basically sort of validated how the Americans feel about the situation. But she can't speak for all Africans, right? Like, she can't. She can't.
For me, it's so simple. If Americans can understand, let Tyla center her own words. Let her create her own narrative. Don't apologize for her. Don't make excuses because she's young. And if you're going to talk about something in a South African context, add a South African scholar, add a South African person who can explain it, not an African, because we're all the same. Cultures are not the same.
Cultures are not the same. I think there's just such a lack of understanding about what it means to be colored in South Africa, and how that it is a whole racial group, a whole community of people, a whole heritage that Americans kind of want her to hide and put away. And I think what's also interesting is at no point has Tyla said, please address me as such when I'm here. You know, she's not forced it on anyone, but she's just tried to explain who she is and where she comes from, because that's been a question as well. There's a lot of things that maybe other non-South Africans don't understand, which she's explained, but that explanation is not enough. And now our African sister, Tiwa, she should have just said no comments. She's made it worse. I think if there's anyone that she owes an apology at this point, it's Tyla.
Tyla just give Tiwa Savage a knock on the head. Nigerian singer Tiwa Savage apologized in a recent interview to Americans on behalf of Tyla.
I don't think she means to come across like that. We apologize.
And South Africans have been dragging Tiwa Savage left, right and center for it.
Auntie Tiwa, I like your music, but they'll never do that again.
The main cause of all this is that Tyla, during an American interview, described herself as a colored person, which is a normal way to describe someone with a black origin in South Africa. But in USA, it's an insult. Tyla refused to apologize, and this made Americans to sort of cancel her. In fact, her last EP sold just about 3,000 units in the USA in its first week of release. While South Africans are dragging Tiwa Savage on social media, asking her who sent her to apologize.
We don't apologize for anything. We are unapologetic.
Tyla took a break during one of her performances hours ago to say this.
Sorry, I'm not sorry. Hey!
Apart from the phrase, sorry, I'm not sorry, being a popular phrase of not being apologetic, it's also the first line in Tiwa Savage's most popular song in South Africa, Somebody's Song featuring Brandy.
Sorry, I'm not sorry. I like a really boy.
Since Miss Savage likes to give apologies on the behalf of people, I am going to give an apology on her behalf, because even though it was out of good intent, I don't think she was trying to be funny or malicious in any way, but it was not her place to speak on Tyla and her wordings and South African culture. Tiwa, you did not grow up in South Africa. You don't know what it means to be a colored person in South Africa. I don't know why the Breakfast Club is obsessed with Tyla and that interview. I guess because she didn't answer a lot of their questions, they're taking it very personal. But you are not a spokesperson for Tyla. You're not a part of Tyla's management. You cannot apologize for her when she did not apologize. She never gave any inkling as to her ever apologizing. If that is her beliefs, if this is her culture and this is how she grew up, it has nothing to do with you. So when they brought that question to you, all you had to do was say skip, or I know nothing about that, or I don't know Tyla, I can't speak for Tyla. It's very simple. The interview is about you and not about Tyla. And the Breakfast Club, they need to stop asking every African female that comes up there about Tyla. If you really want to hear from Tyla, or you feel like Tyla owes people an apology, which she shouldn't, which she doesn't, it's where she grew up. You guys are taking this colored thing too personal. What colored means in America is not what colored means in South Africa. You guys need to let it go. Breakfast Club, let it go.
Love Tiwa Savage down, but I also love Tyla, and I love the way she said, sorry, I'm not sorry, eh? Because in all honesty, why flip that question to Tiwa Savage in the first place? They were like, she seems outspoken. And Tiwa saying, you know, in Africa, we say on behalf of the elders, we apologize for the children. We don't need no elders apologizing for things that we're clearly not sorry for. Tiwa, like, that's a legend right there. Like, she was the first Afro-pop girly before Afro-pop girlies were a thing, believe it or not. But this was not your stage, this was not your place to talk, and similar to what Tyla said, and I'm glad she came out, said it, you know, in the way that she did, made it known. We do not need to be appeasing the Breakfast Club, okay, of all the people in the world. For a little bit of context, this is what happened and what went down at the Breakfast Club.
Where I'm from, when something like this happens, like, they say the elder will come and say, on behalf of such and such, we apologize, you know. That's what I feel like. If that wasn't communicated,
even if Tiwa's intention wasn't bad, she should have just been like, no comment. No comment. And before you xenophobic warriors come in my comment section trying to start this about Nigeria versus South Africa, I'm gonna block you.
Yes! That's what we're talking about. Yes! See, look at how South Africa's superstar Tyla, Nigerian superstar Ira Star, and Palestinian Chilean superstar Eliana are bonding behind the stage of the Global Citizen Festival. As in, yo, I love to see this. Tyla and Ira literally have like there's a bond between them. Come to think about how when Tyla visited Nigeria, when Tyla, Ira, and Thames went to that, I don't know if it was a club or something, but they were literally enjoying themselves. Come to think about how Tyla has a song with Ira Star, with Thames, then with Eliana. Eliana has a good relationship with Ira Star, so I mean on social media, and then now we are seeing her bonding with Tyla. Like, that is how it is supposed to be. So I don't know why, but I love it for them. I love love. Let's keep preaching love. Let's keep pushing love. Let's keep supporting love. Love above everything. And I like it because the artists are very, very, you know, they know what they need to do, and yeah, they're not getting involved with everything going on online. Trust me, they're not. that's a fun thing, so let's put it aside. But I really wish the tone could drop a little bit with all the comparison, especially negative comparison. Positive comparison is something I'm like, okay, yeah, we can do positive comparison, with no hate. But negative comparison, guys, is not gonna lead us to anywhere at all. So much love to Tyla, to Arista, to Eliana, amazing artists, and I definitely wish to see them bond more and more and make music together.